Hey y'all, so it's your girl Legend again with another matter of fact. This is different, so welcome to my official podcast, which I will be calling Legendary Talks. So, just to kind of introduce myself, I'm Jamaican, right? Which you guys already know. I'm Jamaican, born and raised my entire life. And I would say being in America is very tragic. Like, it's a whole different ball game than what everybody think it's all about. Like, what you think it is, it's not what it is. But what I will definitely say is, like, it taught me not to look at stuff and think that's what it is. Like, what you see out there on TV, it's not in real life. No, it's just always acting. They always hide the real stuff that goes on in real life. And that's why I tell people, like, not what you see on TV, not what you see out there in the real world. That's what it is. So what I will say is living here is not all that good, but it comes with a lot of opportunities, and that's what I would definitely say is the money wise is just way better, but the environment and how they grow and how their mindset is here is way freaking different, bro. Like, and that's even funny, like, coming from a different country and experience this is just way different from what I'm used to. But let me give you all a little story time. So growing up was never, I wouldn't say it was the most difficult thing ever, but it wasn't the most easiest thing ever. Sometime last year, right, which I did on my other pod, the Audio Virgin. Last year, lost my job. It was pretty a rough time for me. A lot of people see me, and I was traveling, I was doing this, whatever the case may be. And remember, the media is the media. What you put out there is what people think it is. People be thinking that, oh, I'm rich, or I have this, that, and the third. And that's not what it is. Like, last year, your girl was going through a lot of crisis. Like, I was going through a mental and emotional breakdown. Like I was here, but I was not here. And a lot of people did not know that. And a lot of people think that my life was really easy, but really it was not. Like, last year was one of the worst years for me. Like, losing a job, looking for a job, not getting a stable income, doing different job gigs, looking at different apps, trying to find out what is it that I can do. Because remember, I live in an apartment. Well, I live with my mom, right? And as an adult, you want to make sure that you're able to contribute to certain needs and still able to have certain stuff for yourself. So at the time, I want to say thank you, Mom. I want to say thank God for a praying mom, because I want to say without her and her prayers, sometimes I don't know where I would be, right? And anyways, it was rough. It was a rough patch. Didn't know when the next money gonna come in. I couldn't do certain stuff for myself, and I don't like asking people. And that's something that I don't like to do at all, because I feel like me asking people, I feel like they will turn around and use that against you. So anyways, I didn't ask nobody for nothing. I didn't beg for nothing, whatever the case may be. Fast forward in July, started doing something back again. I was, the same profession that I was doing, which is a behavioral tech. I did it for quite some while, maybe 3 months in. Then I went on vacation. And when I went to vacation, came back from vacation, then I would say coming back from vacation, they just laid me off. There was no reason, nothing. It was just a layoff. They just laid off everybody from the company. I was contracted through a company to work with the district, and it's just laid off, right? I was like, oh my God, what is the next step? What is it for me? Like, why am I getting all these roadblocks? So anyways, starting in I want to say November, maybe December, but I want to say it's November. I decided to, remember, I'm so used to getting the weekends off, and it's like any job that I apply for, I do not want to work a weekend. But sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable to get comfortable. And I had to went into an uncomfortable situation in order to get comfortable back. So I was working in caregiving, right? Taking care of elderly people who have dementia, pneumonia, like you name it, whatever, right? Alzheimer's. And I'm telling you, big thumbs up to all the caregivers that are out there, because caregiving is not an easy job. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes with a lot, because you just don't know when people are going to hit you, when people are going to cuss you out, when people are going to try to question your character. You just never know when people are gonna really try at you. You just don't know. So it's like, you just don't know. So that's the sad part and the sad reality of that. Anyways, was doing that for some quite while, and then in January, near to the end of January, I went back home for my sister's birthday, and spent some time with family members and whatever, and then came back, and then was supposed to start something new, then started something new, because she was like, oh, I took too long, etc., etc. So I'm like, okay, so that's another roadblock again, right? So I'm like, God, what am I doing wrong? I'm here questioning him, like, you said ask and it shall be given, and I'm asking, but it's not given. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes us as humans, we tend not to be patient, and sometimes God took you out of certain positions because he knows that's not for you. Maybe that's not for you. Maybe that's not the road he wants to or that journey he wants to take you onto. And it took me a long time to realize that, and to come to a conclusion that sometimes God puts you in a situation where he wants you to trust him even more. And that's something that I have to learn, along the time period of a year. Like, it has been the roughest. Like, it messed with me mentally. I don't like talking about it, because knowing that I couldn't do much how I wanted to do for myself, and you guys did not know that. You guys thought that everything was going okay. And and to fast forward too, I even started doing like TikTok videos. I was getting product reviews. I was doing like wig reviews, and I even end up being in a group where we used to go live every now and then on TikTok. And it was going good so far. And the group, me and the group, the females, we just didn't work out as friends or colleagues. We just didn't work out. So everybody went their separate ways. I did. You know what I'm saying? I wish them all the best. I wish them nothing but great things going towards them. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like everything was just going downhill. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like questioning myself. I'm like, God, like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? And it was the worst time for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really took a toll on me, knowing what's gonna happen for me now and like, I just didn't know what my tomorrow looks like. Like, I'm here and I'm like, I can't even say, oh, I'm gonna buy me a food sometime, or oh, like on the Fridays, on the weekends, you don't want to cook. I'm gonna be like, oh, I can buy myself this, or oh, I can get myself that. Not even that I can do, being a woman and want to be independent and having stuff for your own. There's certain stuff I couldn't do for myself, because you needed money in order to eat. You need money. So it was really hard. Like, it really messed with me here. And it really took a toll on me. Sorry for crying, y'all. But, just remembering and having like flashbacks and remembering that, like life was the worst last year for me. But you know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for that God gave me another chance. He gave me life. Where I'm at right now, it might not be where I want to be, but it's not the worst. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like God does stuff for a reason. It may not be what you want it to be, but look at it as a learning lesson, and maybe a better opportunity. Want you to work on yourself as an individual. But what I will say is, life comes with a lot of different challenges, and sometimes, us as Black women, or us as individual, it's really hard for us to be successful, or to be who we should be, or what people portray us to be, because of the image or just how we are as people. And I feel like life comes with a lot, but it's how you deal with it. Life comes with a lot, but it's how you deal with it. But what I would say is, I'm forever grateful. I'm grateful that I have life. I'm grateful that I'm here. Could have been worse, but I'm here. And I want you guys to know that I'm here with you guys also too. And at the end of the day, this podcast is not just only about the fun, the excitement. It talks about just me as an individual, what I go through. So hopefully my story is able to reach out to you guys and to help you guys, and for you to understand that, listen, life comes with a lot, but guess what? Never stop trying. Never ever, ever stop trying. Life comes with it, ups and downs, and it's hurdles, but what are we gonna do? We gonna let it take over us? No. We're gonna get better at it? Yes. We're gonna let life fight us? No. We're going to stand up on our 2 feet and know that, listen, life, I know you're gonna come, but guess what? I'm going to change that narrative of what you put on my life and what you speak on my life. And sometimes you got to be careful of what you say on your life, because the death is in the power of the tongue, and you got to be very, very, very careful in how you speak on your life, and even on others' life also too, because sometimes when you speak on somebody else's life, it cannot even be on their life. Sometimes God can turn that stuff into you. So you got to be careful on how you speak on people. That's why I always tell people, you got to be careful on how you speak on people, because life is a hell of a thing. Maybe the next 3-4 years, you might meet that person. And then, in yourself, if you human enough to know that, oh, I messed up. I spoke bad on this person. Or, oh, I did this to this person. And then not realizing that I will need this person later on in the future. That's why I always tell people, be careful of how you treat people, because you never know who you need in this life. But with that being said, this podcast not just gonna only be consistent of just different lifestyle. We're gonna talk about sexual assaults. We're gonna talk about just rights from wrong, why you need to be submissive to a man, why you shouldn't be submissive to a man, and if I'm gonna be submitted to a man, what are you bringing to a table for me to be submissive, or what are you as a female is going to bring to that man for him to be submitted to you also too, because it goes vice versa. It's not just only a one thing. And sometimes we as women, we tend to forget that, okay, we want this, we want that, but what can you offer to that man? You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, I can't wait for this opportunity to open up with you guys even more, to have conversation with you guys more. Go ahead and check me out. I am on Apple Podcasts also too, Legendary Talks. You can find us on Instagram, which is legendary_talks_. Legendary Talks podcast underscore on Instagram. And you can definitely check us out, and you will never ever regret it. And I can't wait. We'll definitely be having guests on our shows also too. And I can't wait to have deeper conversations, see your guys' feedback and hear your guys' comments. Don't forget to leave a feedback so we can get better within our shows. And thank you guys for watching, and love you guys so much, and bye y'all.